I'm Dalton Barrett with News Radio WGNS, and here are some of the top stories affecting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for Wednesday, April the 2nd, 2025. A newly passed ordinance in Lebanon now limits when fireworks can be sold and set off, prompting concern from local vendors and residents. Fireworks will only be allowed between July 1st and July 5th, with all New Year's Eve sales eliminated. The change, backed by council member Philip Moorhead, was driven by concerns over how fireworks affect pets and veterans suffering from PTSD. Jeffrey Walpole, a third-generation fireworks vendor, says the ordinance will significantly reduce business during the winter season, as residents will now need to travel to cities like Nashville for displays. Walpole and others plan to address the Lebanon City Council in hopes of adjusting the new policy, which for now will be enforced with warnings. Meanwhile, in Murfreesboro, a local student is earning national recognition for her academic excellence and medical aspirations. Cadence Loki, a freshman at Riverdale High School, has been selected as a delegate to the Congress of Future Medical Leaders, set for June of 2025 in Massachusetts. Her nomination, signed by Nobel laureate Dr. Mario Capecchi, acknowledges her achievements and leadership potential. Loki will join other top students to hear from medical pioneers and receive mentorship from leading professionals. As she represents Murfreesboro and Rutherford County, a GoFundMe has been launched to help her cover expenses, underscoring the community's role in nurturing future leaders in medicine. A serious accident on Tuesday afternoon in Rutherford County shut down both directions of the John Bragg Highway near Cripple Creek. Around 2:45 p.m., a vehicle struck a pedestrian near the intersection with Coleman Road, prompting an emergency response. A Starflight helicopter from Ascension St. Thomas landed in the highway median to transport the injured individual. The Tennessee Highway Patrol is leading the investigation, while Rutherford County Sheriff's deputies work to redirect traffic and manage the resulting congestion. Motorists are advised to remain cautious as the area remains under close observation, and authorities work to determine the cause of the incident. Just under an hour later, Murfreesboro authorities responded to a separate emergency, a robbery at gunpoint at the Dollar General on Halls Hill Pike around 3:30 p.m. Witnesses reported the suspect fleeing towards the Grove Apartments in Murfreesboro, and Murfreesboro police, supported by K-9 teams from both the MPD and Middle Tennessee State University, launched a full-scale search of the area. The suspect is described as wearing all-black clothing, including a hoodie, gloves, and sunglasses with reddish hair and a beard. Residents of Murfreesboro and surrounding neighborhoods are urged to stay alert and report any information to MPD at 615-893-1311. The investigation remains ongoing as police continue efforts to secure the area and ensure community safety. Gas prices across Tennessee continue their seasonal climb, with the state average for regular unleaded now at $2.80 per gallon, just a penny higher than last month, but still 34 cents lower than this time last year, according to AAA. Here in Rutherford County, drivers are seeing an average of $2.78 per gallon, placing local prices comfortably in the middle of the pack. Nearby, Bedford County is slightly more budget-friendly at $2.73 per gallon, while Cannon County drivers are paying a steeper $2.92. For those in Brentwood and Franklin, it's a premium $3.15 per gallon, because what's luxury without a little pain at the pump? Diesel drivers are paying an average of $3.37 per gallon in Tennessee, a drop from last month's $3.45, and far below the record of $5.64 seen in June of 2022. Just south of Rutherford County, Bedford County authorities are navigating a more serious matter. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is examining an officer-involved shooting that unfolded Monday evening along State Road 64 in Shelbyville. Deputies responded to a 911 call about a suicidal man making threats. When they located the man, he reportedly yelled at deputies, displayed a knife, and then revealed what appeared to be a handgun. Deputies opened fire, striking the man, who was later airlifted to a Nashville hospital in stable condition. As the TBI continues its independent investigation, the Bedford County Sheriff's Office is withholding the identities of the involved deputies. The District Attorney General will ultimately determine whether the use of force was justified. As Rutherford County prepares for a multi-day stretch of potential severe weather, local officials are urging residents to stay weather aware through the weekend. Meteorologist Justin Bailey and Rutherford Weather's Brian Barrett noted on Tuesday that all severe weather ingredients, wind, hail, and even isolated tornadoes are on the table beginning Wednesday. While Rutherford County currently sits on the fringe of the most severe zones, pop-up storms could still develop into strong systems, especially if they form ahead of the primary line. The forecast remains uncertain due to shifting fronts and previous storm activity, but local meteorologists warn that any cells that do develop could bring damaging weather. The most significant threats in Middle Tennessee are expected northwest of the county towards Clarksville and Hopkinsville, with forecasts mentioning generational flooding in areas like western Kentucky and northern West Tennessee. Locally, the threat lingers early into Sunday. In Smyrna, a major development promises to strengthen the public health and justice infrastructure. The Rutherford County Commission has approved the construction of a $15 million regional forensic center set for completion by early 2027. Located near Weekly Lane on 1st Street, the facility will provide critical autopsy and death investigation services. County Mayor Joe Carr emphasized how necessary it is given Rutherford County's growing demand, while Sheriff Mike Fitzhugh highlighted the impact that it'll have on speeding up investigations. Officials say that the center will not only serve local law enforcement and families, but also act as a training hub for future forensic and medical professionals. That's all for now. For updates on these, as well as many more local news stories, be sure to check out our website, WGNSradio.com, or follow us on social media at News Radio, WGNS on Facebook and X. I'm Dalton Barrett with News Radio WGNS, and I'll talk to you later.